Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Democracy Report. Today is April 10th, 2025, and another interesting day. We're going to talk about what happened yesterday with the tariffs, actually, right after this show ended. Some new developments. It's a never ending story. I do want to talk about that, what occurred, in the morning yesterday as well, that I didn't even realize. And just we're gonna go over one. I have one video to go over today. Actually, two videos. I'm sorry. I want to try to go over a few things with the whole tariff thing and the pause on tariffs and all that good stuff that maybe you guys heard, maybe you didn't. What's the state of the market today, and how these tariffs are already affecting small businesses, because our idiot in chief Donald Trump just cannot figure out how to not break the law, it seems. Well, maybe broke the law once again. So anyway, we're going to talk about it. So let's just get right to it then. Yesterday at 1:20 p.m. the Trump administration announced their 90-day pause on tariffs. So it was about a week ago. It was Liberation Day, apparently. We'll say Liberation Day. And Donald Trump said that, yeah, we're going to put tariffs on every country, even the ones that are uninhabited, well, except for the penguins. But thank God they're getting a relief, whatever that means. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday afternoon. That was after this show ended, and all this crap started, right? What I didn't know was yesterday at 9:37 a.m., 7 minutes, this is Eastern time, right? So this is 7 minutes after the stock market in the United States opened. Donald Trump made a statement on Truth Social, said this is a great time to buy DJT. So DJT, Dow Jones, Donald J. Trump. I'm guessing it's Donald J. Trump. DJT. And that was interesting because why would he say that? And then at 1:20 p.m., he decides to put a 90-day pause on the tariffs when there was like, oh, yeah, we're not going to pause tariffs. Why did he do it that way and not last week on Liberation Day say, hey, everybody, here's our list on his big board thing that he had, like the 10 freaking commandments? And he said, here's all the countries that are going to be tariffed, and here's what your tariff rates are going to be, and blah, blah, blah. Why did he implement that then? Why didn't he say, hey guys, this is going to be 90 days from today that these are going to be implemented, so watch out, come to the table, let's discuss this. And I guess that never happened. So, well, he didn't want to do it that way. He wanted to do it this way. And all I can think of now, and I think I'm shouting a little bit, so I apologize. I'm kind of spun up over this. I guess what he meant by all this is that he wanted to tank the market. All right, this is my opinion, right? I have no proof other than what I see. But look, Trump isn't the most straight up character in the world. He's not he wouldn't be the guy that I would be like, oh, I trust him 100%, and he's a straight up guy and a straight shooter, and this is what he does. No, I don't believe that for 1 second. So, under no proof other than my own opinion here, I believe that this was all a way to let's tank the markets. Let's give people a really, two things I think would happen here. Let's tank the market. Let's get it to the point where the treasury bonds and all that shit's gonna start going haywire, and we gotta put a stop to it. But before, I'm gonna give all my friends a taste. Hey, get in this. It's a great time to buy. Get in there while it's low. And don't worry, in 4 hours or 4.5 hours or whatever it was, you guys are gonna be friggin' rich. You guys are gonna make some money. We're gonna give all my people a taste, and everybody's gonna make some money today. And what else does that do? That says, oh, it's the greatest recovery in history. Well, maybe not the greatest, but one of the greatest recoveries in history. Look what I did. Look what my Trump administration can do. It's amazing. Look at all that wealth that we just created. Think about it. I mean, it makes sense. It makes too much sense. I mean, it was the first thing that I could think of. And how wouldn't that be true, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just being, I don't I don't think I'm a conspiracy theorist kind of guy, but man, that's like crazy. Like if Biden did that, um, geez, they'd probably already have articles of impeachment out for him. I mean, this is nuts. This is crazy. This should not be normal. If you or I did this insider trading, like I worked for a company and I knew there were things that were happening that we couldn't talk about. They were publicly traded, right? You can't just go out and say, "Hey, I know this is going to happen next week," or "This is speculative that this is going to happen because I heard it from a company memo or somebody talked about it in the executive leadership team." You cannot disclose these things until they're public, right? That's called insider trading. That's giving people an unfair advantage in the marketplace, in the stock market. So anyway, guys, it seems really kind of very Trumpy. That's a word now. It's very Trumpy, man. This guy cannot do anything like on the up and up. It is shady shit, I'm telling you. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday. I thought it was really crazy. But anyway, I think it's a classic case of insider trading. Everyday Americans would be convicted of it. So, it's nuts. But anyway, with all of that said, today's market, let me kind of just show you guys what I'm seeing on the screen here. This is from Yahoo, finance.yahoo.com. And I don't subscribe to anything because I'm not really a market guy. But let me refresh this page here and let's see. Yeah, right now the Dow, like everything's down right now. Dow's down to under 39,000 again. It was over 40 at the start of the day, down 4.07%. If it hits down to like 7%, then they put a 15-minute freeze on. So hasn't gotten that bad yet since Trump's been around. But hey, give them time, right? Nasdaq's down, S&P 500's down. Oil's down, gold's up. That's good. And let's see, how's Tesla doing? Tesla's crashing again. They're down 26 is that? I don't know. I don't have my glasses on, but it's bad too. And you guys probably can't see this eye chart anyway. But it's not good, right? The market is not doing well. And it's just crazy. So let's switch gears here. I'm going to talk about this first video, and unfortunately, why do I have all of these things going here? We're gonna shut those. All right, let's get the first video queued up, and I think I want to play this whole thing. So this is from the New York Post. Make this full screen here, and this is Trump reacting or commenting, I guess, on the tariff pause. And this goes into everything I was saying earlier. And he kind of admits that, oh yeah, and this is something I failed to mention, that he came up with this idea that the tariffs would be lifted or at least paused for 90 days. These are the new tariffs, right? These 10% tariffs on everybody, that's still in place. The China thing, that went up to 125%. That's freaking nuts. And we're going to talk about that later. But those tariffs are all still in place, right? China wasn't affected at all during this 90-day pause. Just the new ones that he announced on that Liberation Day last week. But anyway, he talks here. And listen real close. We'll talk about it on the other side. I think I'm going to play this whole video. I might stop it in the middle and complain, but here we go.
For the past few days, we've heard from this administration, no pause. Was this idea of doing a pause, did that just come about this morning? Can you tell us exactly what came into consideration for you and your advisors?
For a period of time, I wouldn't say this morning. Over the last few days, I've been thinking about it. I've been dealing with Scott, with Howard, with some other people that are very professional. And I think it probably came together early this morning, fairly early this morning.
I'm gonna pause right there. Fairly early this morning, they talked about that. All right, so we know Trump doesn't really sleep, right? I don't know if he has insomnia or what, but we know when he says fairly early in the morning, that could be anywhere from like midnight to like 5 a.m., right? In Trump's world, right? So he's probably on talking to people. They didn't have the lawyers around yet, he says later on here. So he's like, so we just kind of came up with it, like wrote it down on a cocktail napkin or something early in the morning. So this goes into my point that I was trying to make earlier, that this was already decided before he made that True Social post about this is a good time to buy, implicating or like making people believe that, hey, get in the market, start buying. I mean, he can argue the fact that, well, I'm just trying to make sure that the market's good, blah blah blah. But I'm not sure I see it that way. So let's continue.
I just wrote it up. We didn't have the use of, we didn't have access to lawyers, or we just we wrote it up from our hearts, right? It was written from the heart.
Written from the heart.
And I think it was well written too, but it was written from the heart. It was written as something that I think was very positive for the world and for us. And we don't want to hurt countries that don't need to be hurt, and they all want to negotiate. The only problem is, you can only do so many at one time. It's like, we want to do it right. We want to get it right. We want to take care of them, but we have to take care of our country. So, but this was something certainly we've been talking about for a period of time, and we decided to pull the trigger, and we did it today, and we're happy about it. I didn't know it would have that kind of an impact, but it's, I think we have the biggest increase in the history of the stock market. That's pretty good. That's pretty.
All right, so there you go. He's taking credit for tanking the market and then partially recovering it. Still a couple points down from where it was when he took office. So it's not like he's he's pretending like he's the savior of the stock market because he tanked it and then manipulated it to make it look like it's better than it really is, because we just saw what the stock market's doing today.
Almost, if you keep going, you're going to be back to where it was 4 weeks ago. But it was a sick market 4 weeks ago, because this trade was sick. It was only a question of time. I don't blame the tariffs.
So it just happened to be. So he don't blame the tariffs, right? Tariffs aren't the problem. It was a sick market. He inherited a sick market. So it just so happened that after he took office and did all this tariff shit, that everything started going down. It's a strong market. The economy was strong. Job numbers were good. Unemployment was good. Inflation was going down. Everything manageable. Everything good. Everything looking better. Tariffs start, and all of a sudden, it was a sick market to begin with. It couldn't be sustained. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
I think the tariffs just sort of magnified what was happening. It was sick. Biden allowed these people to get away with murder. Biden allowed China to just take advantage of us. We had like $1 trillion deficit with China, $1 trillion deficit.
So now here's his typical kind of swing, it's Biden's fault. Biden did it. It's Biden's economy, blah, blah, blah. It was terrible, blah, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I saved it with my great tariff plan where I tanked it and then brought it back a little bit and tanking it again. So not sure exactly what to believe here. He's just a blowhard like he usually is, and everything is just kind of bullshit that he says. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's really all I wanted to show you guys from that is that it's insane to me how people can believe this guy. And if you voted for him because you thought that, he's going to lower prices and he's going to fix all this stuff and everything. And then you see this and what's happening right now. I just don't understand how the hell you can go into this and say, oh yeah, this is exactly what I voted for. Yeah, I just you could help me understand. Put something in make a comment on this video and tell me how the hell you think this is all good. Um, and we'll try to make heads or tails of it. But I don't see it. So let's go to the next video. This one, this is how it's kind of a video that reflects. There's two small business owners and talking about the effects of the tariff so far on them. This kind of made me angry when I saw this, and I guess it just. I mean, this is two examples, right? How many other examples out there are going to be like this or are like this right now, or people looking at their budgets right now in their business and saying, I can't afford to keep my business open for another couple months because these prices are going to go through the roof and I can't afford it. These are livelihoods. These are small businesses. I think one of these CEOs of one of these companies only has a couple employees, right? But these are people's livelihoods. These are people that work, that get insurance. That it's it may not seem a lot to Donald Trump and to Elon Musk and to basically everybody in his cabinet that probably just made millions of dollars off yesterday in the stock market. These people can't do that. And these are livelihoods. These are people's lives that we're talking about. I mean, it just, I don't know. It just makes me mad. Let's cue this up here. I think this is good enough. So this first one, this is this lady, Jessica Betancourt. She's the president and CEO of Chems. Chems is I guess it's kind of like a hardware store. I looked up their website and I think they just have maybe like one location. I'm not sure. Maybe they have multiple. But yeah, it looks like they sell kind of like pet supplies, almost kind of like a Home Depot, but there's like a toy section, things like that. But here, let's play the clip here. This is from CNN, by the way.
SKU you could think of. What do the tariffs, the 90-day pause on some tariffs, and now the even higher rate being put on Chinese goods, what does it mean for you and your business?
So yesterday, before the 90-day pause, I was pretty much expecting just about all of our 70,000 SKUs to have probably price increases of some level. Even US made goods a lot of times have components that come from somewhere else. With the 90-day pause,
Man, I got the business at Clems. I'm sorry. I said Chems. Clems. Sorry.
It kind of kicks the can down the road. It doesn't solve.
So I didn't want to say too much or, play this for too long. But like she's saying right there, it kind of kicks the can down the road. It's the damage is being done, and these tariffs are just awaiting worse things to come in 90 days now. So how do you, in the way she's kind of saying is how do we plan for that as a business, as a small business that it doesn't have a whole lot to lean on here. Let's go to the next one. This one is, let me make sure I get this one right. This is Beth. I'm going to say Benicki, but I probably got that wrong too. She is the CEO of Busy Baby, and looks like it's kind of like a baby supply kind of place. So here we go. Oh, hang on. Didn't queue you guys up. Where are we at here? All right, here we go.
Are you breathing a sigh of relief?
No, No, not at all. The news yesterday is almost feels like the nail in the coffin for us.
Tell me why.
I have products in China right now produced, ready to ship. They were supposed to get on a boat yesterday and come to America, and I can't ship them because what would have cost me maybe $30,000 with a reasonable tariff now is going to cost me almost $200,000, and I have to have that money when the products get to customs, and I don't have that. Nothing close to that. It's not even reasonable. So I have to leave my goods in China until I figure out some other direction. But what that means is when I run out of stock in 2 to 3 months, I no longer have products to sell and no more revenue coming in, which means I can't pay my bills, can't pay my employees, and everything. I have all of my debt. I have my house leveraged. We have 5 employees. My house is leveraged against our loans for our growth into Walmart and Target. I can't pay those bills. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. That one, it's crazy. $30,000 is what it would have cost her before these tariffs to get her product out of China. And now it's going to be $200,000. I mean, that's the impact here. That's insane. That is crazy. She doesn't have that money. The business doesn't have that money, so this stuff's going to sit and rot. Or we'll just sit and wait until she can pay it or something. I mean, that is, I hope that hits home for people to hear that. And, if you didn't hear it on CNN, I'm glad I was able to find that, because when I saw it, I was just kind of like perusing some videos this morning and I came across that one and I was just kind of blown away by by that story, because I didn't think that these kind of things were hitting that hard until you hear it from someone like that. And, her and her family can lose everything here, like absolutely everything in the next 2 to 3 months. I think the next couple of months are gonna tell a huge story. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she didn't like bail on the company at this point and say, "Hey, look, this is no longer sustainable. Maybe I can still get out." I don't know. I mean, it's just it's going to cause a lot of problems, I think. And unless something turns around and improves, I don't know how this is gonna get resolved. It's painful to hear, and that's part of what's happening. That's the real stuff that's happening, behind the scenes. So we can all talk about, how, all this stuff on a high level is like it's bad. This is probably going to be bad, and but this is a real world. So I, it sucks. So anyway, that's where I want to leave that. That's about all I wanted to cover today. A lot going on today. There's a budget resolution that passed. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I need to go over that. That just happened. I forget what the act or the other resolution that passed. I think it was HR 22, House Resolution 22. That was to enforce the having to have some sort of identification and stuff in order to vote, which I thought was already a thing. So need to review that a little bit, but I think I might bring all that stuff tomorrow to talk about. But we'll see. I mean, anything can happen in the next 24 hours that I didn't plan on even having to cover or looking into. So anyway, guys and gals and folks, that's all I have for today. So I appreciate you watching. On the ticker on the bottom, you can please like and subscribe. You can visit us at Blue Sky at thedailydemreport.bsky.social. And you can support the channel at buymeacoffee.com/The Daily Democracy Report. And if you're watching this on a TV or something that you can snap a photo on your cell phone, you can snap that QR code down there. I'll take you right there and you can donate to the channel. That would definitely help out a lot. Help me continue to bring content to you guys. And hopefully it's the content that you want. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything that I'm not covering that you think I should be covering, or you hate it or you like it, let me know. It definitely helps to tailor things as we go forward. This is only my 4th episode so far, the 4th show that I've done, and I hope it's something you guys enjoy, or you all enjoy. So, gotta stop saying you guys, but when I say you guys, I mean like everybody, not section anybody out. So, all right, we will talk to y'all later. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you again here, noon Eastern time tomorrow for another show. Take care. Bye-bye.